How's it going today, guys? Welcome back to a Timberline Productions video. Today I'm giving you a walkthrough of the current pedal board I use. This one's going to be one that's actually built by me. It was kind of a shipwreck theme looking board that I was going for with the chipped corners and the faded stain. So that's the way it looks, but it is PT3 size, so I just thought I'd let you guys know that. I'm running off of a Voodoo Labs Pedal Power 2 Plus, going with the high current outputs using current doublers, going into the Timeline and the Flint. The rest just running on normal outputs. I did have to bridge one from the tuner into the volume pedal just so I could get as many of the outputs as I needed. But other than that, they're all isolated and running perfectly fine. Signal flow goes from my Squier Telecaster, the Strat pickup, into the board, out to my Black Star Studio HT 20 watt. So just kind of can show you the clean tone. That's my clean tone. Normally, and I guess 99% of the time, I'm going to have my JHS Pulp and Peel on and the spring reverb from the Flint. I'll turn that on later. Which is nice. It's the one that has the buffer in it, but I actually don't use the buffer just because I jumped down into a fuzz. So I go from the Pulp and Peel, or the orange slice as my girlfriend calls it, into the Hoof Reaper Fuzz by Earthquaker Devices. And that's going to be a dual fuzz. So the Reaper side is going to be your tone bender. So that's your tone bender, which is your Led Zeppelin-y kind of sounds. Then we go into the octave, which is an analog octave up. Works best on the neck pickup, past the 12th fret. Synth glitchy sounding. Don't use that one a lot, but I do use the two fuzzes. And then the Hoof, which is your Big Muff style. So that covers a lot of the grit territory, which is why it's on my board. I realize fuzz can be a little aggressive for a worship set, but I think it does its job pretty well. Usually if I'm going for grit, I'm just going to reach for the Moonshine, though, which is in a boost mode, because I actually use it a lot with my Orange Dark Terror, just to push that dirty channel, and it just gives it a little bit of a grit. So that's the Moonshine. I'll link to a video review that I did of that. Next, we're going to go into a This One's Mine modded Ernie Ball VP Jr. with, I don't know if you can see that or not, green LED. I like the color green. So that's what that is, just T1M modded Ernie Ball. I also have this T1M aux switch for my Strymon Timeline. T1M does really nice stuff. This is basically the Strymon multi-switch for half the cost in an enclosure that's half the size. So I really like the aux switch. I think it's a lot nicer than the overpriced Strymon multi-switch. So go from tuner out into the TU3, just standard tuner, does what it does what it needs to do. Then I jump down into the Strymon Timeline, and the Strymon Timeline I typically only use maybe the first three, I guess 0, 1, and 2 banks. So I have Scotch tape, because it's a tape delay and I'm clever, and that's just your standard tape delay. Which I like. I use that one a lot. And then dotted eighth. Volume pedals crooked. I hate crooked pedals. Cool. There we go. Dotted eighth. I'll just run through these. Iceberg, which is octave. Washed Up, which is like a lo-fi low mix. Delay. Swords, which is a dual delay, another one of my clever names. My knee's probably in the way. Kinda dotted eighth, kinda not. Then swelling in delay. Then I go from mono out, because this is only a mono board for right now, into the Strymon Flint, which normally just has my spring sound on, and that's on most of the time too. Very springy sounding. And then I also have an optical tremolo set to a pretty intense sound. So that's going to be the tremolo and the reverb. And then I go expression out into the tap favorite. It can either be a tap tempo for the tremolo or a favorite, which is what I use it for. I have a hall reverb set on for the favorite, and that sounds really good with some delay. We'll go to a wash. So that's my bigger ambient stuff, and like my swells. Increase the modulation on that a bit. And then when I have a favorite switch set up, you can set up a favorite for both sides. Even if it's bypassed when you normally go to it. But I also have a harmonic tremolo set on the favorite switch as well. And then, interesting enough about the Flint, if you have a setting before you go to favorite, you go to your favorite and then you go back and it's right back there. Like if I'm only using the tremolo and I engage the favorite, it's going to go right back to tremolo. So I like it. It's doing what it's supposed to for right now. While I get the PT Pro I have all sorted out. Got a lot of things going on with it. So for right now, this is what I'm using, and I actually really like the minimal setup. I wish I could do a few more things with it, but once I get the PT Pro put back together and I have my big Sky and my M5 and my other stuff all thrown on it, that'll be awesome. But other than that, thanks for checking out this video, guys. Don't forget to check out my reviews of the Moonshine and the Flint. I'll link to those, as well as go and follow me on Instagram. But other than that, thank you guys so much and have a good day.